Okay, hang on. Let me turn this down a little. Okay. All right. So I was trying to figure out what to do the call on today. And I wanted it to be something basic. So I looked up, and I'm going to tell you guys this because this is how I find the good information is I go to YouTube and I searched the Vital Process Beachbody. And there was all kinds of videos. What's her name? Micah something with an F. And so I watched an 8.5-minute video of her yesterday just to get the basis of the Vital Process. But there was also several team calls shared about the Vital Process. So if there's something that you want to know more in depth with the Vital Process, the information is out there. And, if you're struggling on time management, there are tons of time management YouTube videos out there. I know I talk a lot about the books that I'm listening to PD. And while that's great, YouTube is free if you have Wi-Fi. So, and I mean, you can find YouTube videos like from Beachbody coaches that are talking about Beachbody stuff. I just started yesterday, so I shared it in the group. I started the videos from the New Leaders Conference. And I watched the first one of Micah again. It was about 20 minutes, and it was talking about leadership. And so, Tatum, how old are you? 4. So, just know that there is always tons of free personal development. And I will tell you guys that the Miracle Morning for Network Marketers totally changed my life. And by change my life, I mean, every day I get up now at 6:30, which is like 5:30 last week. So if anybody can do this, if I can do this, you can do this. So I'm getting up at 6:30 every day. Even today, like Elsie kicked me all night, and I got out of bed by throwing her legs off of me and walking downstairs, and that woke her up, and then she was crying, and then she came downstairs and peed right in the middle of the living room floor, and then continued to pee all the way to the bathroom. And I was just like, I didn't sleep. And the thing that I was the most angry about is that I sacrifice some of my sleep. Now, I was telling Ashley, like, I'm somebody who I need 7 or 8 hours. So I make sure I am in bed and asleep by 11. That's the plan. Last night was after 11, and I have these bedtime affirmations. And you know what? I will actually write down on my list. I will share them for you guys because I listen to the book, but I read these bedtime affirmations every night. Actually, I'm going to read them for you guys. Well, I can share screen, right? Yeah. So here we go. I will share. All right. So they are on and they have all kinds of affirmations, but so I really like every night. So last night I went up to lay in Elsie's bed while I put her to sleep. Don't, read yet. We can read these all together. And before I went upstairs, because I knew I was going to go upstairs, lay with her, and then I was going to come back down and go to bed. And so I knew I need to read these now because I'm not going to read them at 11 o'clock or whatever it is time I come down from her bed. We went upstairs at 10. So I read these every night, and I swear to you guys, the few nights that I have not read it for bed, it is harder for me to get up in the morning. I'm telling you, they make it so much easier. So first, I have completed all of my daily tasks necessary to prepare myself for tomorrow, including setting out everything I need for my miracle morning. In the miracle morning, they say to you, you need your alarm clock set across the room. You need water by your bed so you can get 8 ounces of water or a big drink of water as soon as you wake up to rehydrate your body from sleeping. So I put my alarm across the room. I put water next to my bed, and I set up my workstation in the morning. So in the morning, every night, I put my earbuds, my light box is over there. I have my booklets that I need, my planner. And so I have everything set up. All I need to do is grab the laptop for my power hour. The heating pad is even there. Everything is all set up on my chair. So, and I know that when I get up at 6:30, I'm going to grab some coffee and I'm going to go sit at that chair. And then that is kind of when I catch up on my messages and just kind of scroll my news feed for a little bit. And then I start a power hour at 7. My alarm clock is across the room, so I have to get out of bed to turn it off. I have decided what time I'm waking up and have clarity as to specifically what I will do when I wake up. I am anticipating the morning with positive expectations and excitement because I am well aware of the benefits that I will receive by choosing to wake up and live the miracle morning. It is allowing me to become the person I need to be easily and consistently attract, create, and sustain the life that I truly want. And guys, this is so true for me since I've been getting up in the morning and putting this time, this quiet time where I can think and send messages has been a game changer. Like when I was really consistent, I think back when I was doing really, really well was also when I was getting up and doing a power hour every morning. So I just know as a mom, like my day gets crazy and my brain gets frazzled the longer it goes. So I'm my best in the morning, which is crazy because I'm not a morning person. But it's when I'm the most productive. It's when I can get the most done. And it feels truly amazing to have everything done by like 11 o'clock. And then all I have to do is like post and like reply to messages for the rest of the day. Like it's so nice. I am going to bed tonight at 10 o'clock, 10:30, 11. I'm waking up at 6:30 a.m., which gives me, normally it's about 8 hours of sleep. Plenty. In fact, it is exactly what I need in order to perform at a peak level tomorrow. The reality is my mind controls my body, and I really only need as much sleep as I tell myself and choose to believe that I need. Many of the most successful people in history have functioned. Can I mute people here? No, I'm sharing. Many of the most successful people in history have functioned optimally on 4 to 6 hours of sleep, and I cannot allow myself to fall into the limiting belief that sleeping more will somehow improve my life. And this was huge because one day I didn't read this one night, and the next day I slept until 9. I spent the whole day trying to catch up to what I normally have done by 9 o'clock. I was lazy. I spent more time on the couch. And so I know that sleeping more does not improve my productivity. In fact, it will be seriously detrimental to my stress level, finances, relationship, career, and lifestyle goals. My quality of life, as I know, depends on me waking up on time tomorrow. I'm waking up tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. because by doing so, I significantly increase the likelihood that I will achieve my goals this week, this month, this year, and for the rest of my life. I am committed to waking up on time tomorrow because number one, by doing so, will enable me to develop the discipline I need to succeed in all areas. Number two, I know how I start each day determines how I create my life because my day is my life. I can no longer accept anything less than my best for myself, regardless of how long it takes me to fall asleep. This part is important too, guys. Regardless of how long it takes me to fall asleep, what I dream about, how tired or overwhelmed I feel right now, when I wake up, I will energetically spring out of bed tomorrow at 6:30 to create the most extraordinary life I can imagine, the life I deserve to live. So I will share that with you guys.
Yes, that's what I've been trying to hear. I'll put my distant Amber.
Back to you guys here.
I was trying to hear that these ears, but I wasn't.
Why can't I see the whole?
I'll hit my distance Amber. That's what I was trying.
Are you guys still seeing my screen? There we go. There we go. Stop share. Okay. Woo. All right. We're back. So I really like the bedtime affirmations because they help with, going to bed and being in the right mindset, because so much of this business and so much of what we do is being in the right mindset and knowing what you're going to do. And guys, so also what I do in that 6:30 to 7 o'clock half an hour time frame is I make a to-do list for the day. And I make that to-do list on my power hour sheet where it says brain dump. And if you guys don't have like sheets to print out, just write it on a piece of paper. Just get a blank notebook and just do one day after another. Like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't have to be a printed piece of paper. I mean, guys, all I'm doing is like checking off things and writing. I mean, you can write power hour done, like, and then write your names. But on my brain dump here, and then also like you could probably go for like $10 and get, 50 front and back and get it even like into a little, binder at Office Depot. Actually, I'm thinking of doing that as part of my Emerald gifts. Like printing out, daily planners with the power hour on them, because I like the checklist in the morning. And I mean, guys, this was all my power. This was all done before 8 o'clock yesterday morning. Like, how amazing, does that make your day? And so maybe you can't power hour at 7. Maybe your power hour is at 6, or maybe your power hour is at 9. But what you need to do is set aside time. I use a timer on my phone. I use the timer that is in the alarm clock section on my phone. And I set it for 5 minutes or 10 minutes, depending on whatever the task is in my power hour. And yes, I do it on the computer with other people. And sometimes that's more distracting because we start talking. But just, taking that time, whether you schedule it in your week or you scheduled it and it didn't work out, but you make sure that you get it done. Because, being able to say that, well, I added all my people, I sent out, all my Hey Girls, and your Hey Girls can be like reconnecting with old messages too. They don't have to be new messages. But, being able to get all that stuff done in the beginning of the day is so nice, because then you have the rest of the day to respond to messages, to, post it and then post on Facebook and be with your family. And then of course I do, a little bit more work, later in the day. But for me, and especially with summer coming, like my goal is to have all my work done by noon. My neighbor is going to start after Hammer and Chisel. She's going to start working out with me again. And that means by the time she comes over, I need to be done working, because then we're going to work out and we're going to go outside and garden. It's what we do. So I need to make sure that all my work is done by noon. And that means that I need to get up at 6:30 to do it. And I may even start getting up earlier. I'm trying to use this time change to my advantage, because right now Elsie is still like almost sleeping in an hour, I guess, because, 9 is really 8 kind of thing. But so she's, other than today, Mark had to put her back to bed after I lost my shit. But, so anyways, so making sure that you are fitting a power hour into your day is crucial. I didn't power hour for the longest time, and I felt like all day long I was working, but I wasn't doing the things that would move my business forward, which is posting and inviting and messages. If you're not always having conversations, if you're not adding new friends and having conversations constantly and sharing your life on Facebook, you're not moving your business forward. That's great if you want to make some training videos. That's great if you want to make a cover photo. That's great if you want to do this, whatever. But if you're not actually inviting people to join you, if you listen to all the PD in the world and you never implement it. So I'm starting a new thing with my PD. I'm listening to it all twice. Not like YouTube videos, but like my books, especially because I only get one free book. Well, move it, Elsie. Don't put your food on the couch. I told you not to let Lexus eat it. Fucking cat eats everything. What? What? I don't want to eat it. You have 2 bites left. Just eat them. Put it up there by the TV. I don't want it. What was I saying? I don't even remember. PD. So my books, since I only get one free book from Audible, I go through them too quickly anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to listen to the book once. No notes, just listen, kind of absorb, see how it makes me feel, like what it starts, moving in my mind, whatever. And then I'm going to listen to it another time through where I take notes and implement it. So I'm actually going to listen to that PD a second time, and I'm going to figure out how to apply it to my life and my business. Because the first time, you're kind of just taking it in, but then I'm going to listen to it again. I'm going to take notes, and I'm going to make an action plan on how to implement what I'm listening to. Because I feel like that's a missing step for a lot of people. And so I'm sharing this method with you guys if you want to do it too. All right, so now I want to talk about the vital process. It's kind of like, so it's very similar to the 4 vital behaviors, except the 4 vital behaviors tell you what to do every day. The vital process tells you how to have a progression from these invites, from these messages, because all the vital behaviors actually tell you to, that all the further they get is inviting someone, right? That's it. So they talk about inviting all the time. Invite, invite, invite. Invite people to the coaching opportunity. Invite people to the challenge groups. Invite people to reconnect and be a friend. Invite people. Openly invite people on your Facebook. Invite people through private messages. And guys, those two go hand in hand. What is the first thing you do when somebody friend requests you or sends you a message? You go to their Facebook profile, don't you? So what does your page say about you? If you're adding friends, if you're sending hey girls, if you're sending invites, what are you showing them when they go to your page? Oh, I just realized I haven't used my eye cream in like a day and a half. This is why I started with eye cream. I'm so awful. I was like, oh, I'm not spending $150 on a regimen that I probably won't make myself use. And I just realized as I'm looking at myself in the mirror, squirrel. Okay, so step 1 in the vital process is to fill up your challenge groups, is to get challengers. Step 1 is to get people committed to change their life. And in order to do that, you've got to be talking to 10 times as many people as you want to join you. And you've got to lead with your heart. You've got to actually think, how can I help this person? It's not about what works best for you. Ask them, do they have Wi-Fi? What kind of workouts do they like? Have they ever tried Shakeology? Do they struggle with their nutrition? Ask them questions. And you want to be, the goal is to help at least 3 to 5 people a month. So if you want to help 3 to 5 people a month and you want to get 3 to 5 people into your challenge groups, new people every month, 3 to 5 new people every month that you're helping, then you need to talk to 30 to 50 a month. And that's if your closing ratio is 10%. And I hate to say closing ratio because, sorry, that's just from my marketing days. But if your ability to turn 10 out of 10 conversations, you may turn one of those into a customer. And that doesn't have to be based off your efforts or, your conversations. Because guys, listen, how many times did it take you to be open to the opportunity? I know we say this a lot, but you need to remember that. Because you did not just jump in wholeheartedly the first time you were invited. So when you're inviting these people, understand that they're probably going to tell you no. And that's okay. You have planted a seed. Maybe it wasn't even a no. Sometimes, so many times we get objections and we think they're no's. They're not no's. So many times they're not right now. If somebody tells me they don't have the money, they didn't actually tell me, no, I don't want it. They are saying, I can't do it right now. And so even that, it's not a no, it is a not right now. So you know what you need to do? You need to make sure that you're consistently posting, that you're constantly inviting them to 3 groups, that you're adding value on your page, that you're sending them value, that you are putting in the work in this relationship. So when they do get a little extra money, they will trust you that they're not going to waste their money. Because if somebody has a money objection, money is tight. They don't just throw money around. Those people that have all the money, well, money is not the objection for them, right? So if money is an objection, you need to create the value. You need to create the value in you. You need to create your value. If you want to make more money, you have to impact more people. It's that simple. Your income is solely dependent on the number of people that you impact. Number 2, now that you've got them into your challenge group, the next step is to get them results. So you're being the best challenger you can be in those challenge groups. And every Monday you're sending an extra message, checking in and seeing how they're doing. You're liking their things in the challenge group. You are motivating them. If you have people that you added to the challenge group, and this is a great habit to get into, especially when you're only adding maybe 5 to 10 people a month, is that if you have people that you added into the challenge group and you haven't seen them posting all week, send them a message. Call them out. That is what they're waiting for. That's what they're waiting for. That's why they put their money and their faith in you, because they thought you would keep them on track. Now, it is not our job to make sure that they do all of this. It's theirs. But it is our job to keep them accountable. It is our job to say what we said we would do when we said we would be there for them. And if they're not showing up, who knows? Maybe they are doing the workouts at home and maybe they just don't post. You don't know if you don't ask. But I guarantee you, if you put somebody in your challenge group and they don't post and you don't check them with them, they won't join the next one. And they're not going to tell their friends. But guess what? Maybe you had somebody who didn't post in the first week and you sent them a message. And then you started sending them a message every other day to check in above and beyond the challenge group. Maybe that person was going through something hard. Maybe you totally helped them. Maybe at the end of the month, they come out losing 10 pounds and they tell their friends how you pulled them back in the game. Referrals are huge in this business, but in order to get a referral, you need to change a life. It's that simple. Change a life, you'll get referrals. Because if you change someone's life, people are going to notice, they're going to talk about it, and they're either going to become a coach, because if somebody sends a referral to me, I simply ask that person, okay, I can get them started and I can help them, or you can get them started, you can make the commission, and you can turn what you're already doing into a business and an income. So those are your options. So results are huge. And if you're not doing what you need to do to get your own results, then you need to have a reality check with yourself. Because you need to be showing results. You need to show people that this isn't just something that you're selling, that this is something that you actually do and you believe in. Guys, I went live. I don't know if you guys are up to date on the coach training, but the Shaco videos yesterday were amazing. They were bomb. They fired me up so much. I went live talking about Shakeology. I had one person sign up before I even got back to her. She was like, I bought my Shakeology. I'm like, what, where, when, who, how, what? And then another person ended up signing up. And then I got another message from somebody asking if she could buy Shakeology if I had a site. Well, instead of just sending her a site, I still have not sent her a site. I have been talking to her since then, and she is a serious coach prospect for me. I've already invited her to the event next week. She seems exactly like myself, and I am trying not to get too excited because I feel like maybe after 2 years, I have finally found a me. And that's what you're doing here, guys. That's what you're looking for. And if you want to find a you, then you have to be you. You have to be the coach you want in your downline. It is that simple. If you want to find a rock star, you've got to be a rock star. If you want your business to go to that level where you're making buku money, it's team cycle bonuses. It's team cycle bonuses. You're not going to make the life changes by commission. And in order to get those team cycle bonuses, you really only need a couple people who are lifers and willing to work the business and who want to work the business and who go all in. That is it. Guys, there are people like on Pat's call, like Team Boom or whatever it is. His mom, I think, is like a 2 or 3 diamond coach, and she has a 6-figure income. You don't have to be 5 to 15 star diamond to make money. You only need a few. But in order to find those few, you have to keep inviting everyone, and you have to constantly show up, because those below you will do 80% of what you do. Number 3, now we turn those challengers into coaches. So we are watching these people in these challenge groups, and sometimes they'll throw extra stuff in, or motivation, or you see them starting to post this kind of stuff on their newsfeed, because these groups change people. Beachbody changes people, and people start to change, and other people start to take notice. And the best coaches are challengers first, because they were truly able to just fall in love with the groups, fall in love with the programs, fall in love with the shakes, and get an appreciation for what we're doing here without being a coach, without having to worry about doing any of it. And then you throw them a compliment. You throw them a compliment. You invite them to the coach event. You talk about the discount, whatever. And, you know, so the goal is to turn these challengers into coaches, because, you know, you say to them, how great does that feel? And, you know, if somebody is truly getting success out of the challenge groups, chances are they're going to want to share that. Because I tell you guys, I came from a really dark place, and I'm not in that dark place anymore. And so my mission and my goal every day is just try to help one woman out of that dark place, because I know how amazing it feels like to be rescued from there. No one rescued me. I had to totally rescue myself. But if someone never offered it to me, I wouldn't be here. And then helping your coaches have success in the business. This is step 4. And here's the best part about this business. Everything is already done for you. You don't have to do anything or recreate the wheel. I was going to start my training next month, but you know what? I think I'm just going to go another month or 2 with April's, because I don't have a ton of coaches. And I mean, I think it's good. Mine would basically be the same thing, except for having different team names. So I'm probably just going to still run with April's. And that is a great example for you guys. You guys don't, you know, you don't need a coach training for a long time. Like, I've been in this for a long time, and I'm still like, yeah, I'm still going to use April's for a little bit, because I'm focusing on other things. Yes, I could spend 10, 12, probably 25 hours, maybe more like 37, 47 for me, because I'm so techno challenged, to create this training website for a month. Or I could just plug my people into April's, and it does the same thing. So why make extra work for yourself if you don't need it? You know, and every Wednesday at noon, we have those new coach calls. I was on the one last week. It was pretty good. And this week will be week 2. So that is Wednesday at noon, April's link, if you guys are doing the new coach training. But so, you know, all you have to do is plug them into the training. And I love that this training is on an app. Like, it's so user friendly, so easy, and really good information in it. I mean, guys, I've been a coach for 2 years, and I'm like, this is really good info. You know, it's inspiring and motivating me. So I can only imagine the impact that is going to have on new coaches, especially new coaches who have already seen what a challenge group is, already understands what a challenge group does, you know, and all they have to do is focus on getting a couple friends to join them, and they don't even have to worry about running a challenge group the first month, because we run those. I mean, you guys have been coaches for a while, and we still run them as a team. So, you know, there's not even any pressure to run your own challenge group. Like, we are, you know, we have all the tools as a team here to plug those coaches in, follow up with them, and give them success from the back. But if you want your coaches to have success, you need to be consistent. You need to be the leader. And if you don't feel like you're a leader, fake it till you make it. You better figure it out. Do some PD, do some leadership PD, and start telling yourself that you are. Guys, if I still listen to myself, I would still be here sitting here saying, I am no one to inspire anyone, because that's what I told my sister. Crazy, right? I'm pretty fucking inspiring, and I can say that. And I know that because people tell me all the time. It's not even being like, I'm not even like saying this stuff, because people tell me all the time. And so more and more now, I'm getting response on my Hey Girls that are like, they respond to whatever question or whatever, you know, message I'm sending, but then they also send something extra like, you're such an inspiration. Like, I love seeing what you're doing. Like, your journey is amazing. And like, you know, you posted something the other day that really helped me out, or whatever it is. And I tell them, I'm like, thank you so much. Like, these messages mean so much to me. But, you know, that's consistency. And I can tell you guys, I'm a much better coach. I'm a much better coach when I'm organized and when I'm consistent. And my team does better when I'm organized and consistent. Right? Like, so first, you've got to get your system, your schedule. You know, I'm really, really trying to implement a schedule right now while I only have a 3.5-year-old, because I can put a movie on for Elsie and I can let her play by herself. So I have a lot of freedom in my business right now. And so I'm trying to take advantage of that. I even told Mark, I said, I'm pushing for some big goals. We have $8,000 in credit card debt and I want it paid off by my birthday. That means I have today, 14. As of the 17th, that means I have 6 months. My half birthday is St. Patty's Day. So I have 6 months to pay off $8,000. And right now we use my Beachbody income to pay our bills too. So that means I have to double my income and start kicking some serious butt with my debt, because that's what I want. That's my goal. So I told Mark, and you know, family over Beachbody, yes. But here's the thing. Mark enjoys watching TV. He does. So I told him, I said, all right, so, you know, we're going to have at least 1 hour, maybe 2 of family time every night where there's no phones. But then after that, if you want to put a movie on for Elsie for bed, if you watch TV, whatever, I'm going to be working. And there may be some evenings where I tell you, I've just got to work all night. And I'll try to give you a heads up, but I'm really going to try. Now, here's the thing. I am trying to put the pedal through the metal Sunday, like 4 o'clock to Thursday night. And then I'm really trying to take that time off for the weekend. And not take off totally. I still post and I still want to do my power hour. Now, will my power hour be at 7 o'clock on the weekend? No, it's usually at 8, 9, whatever. I still get up, I still do my light box, and I still have my regular morning routine. Because I need that power hour. Because I need to always have momentum. Because if you're not constantly building, if you're not constantly snowballing, then your shit's gonna melt. Right? It's the compound effect. You need to constantly be going. You need to constantly be building that momentum. So if you take the whole weekend off, Monday morning still feels like you're starting over. It really, truly does. So I recommend you guys, take the time with your families, plan out your posts. If you even want to buffer your posts for the weekend, I don't care. And maybe you have a busy weekend. So you say, all right, you know what? We don't have any plans Friday night, but we have a busy Saturday and Sunday. So on Friday, I'm going to add 20 friends. On Friday night, I'm going to send out 15 Hey Girls. And on Friday night, I'm going to send out 20 invites. And then all I'm going to do the weekend is post. And that's fine too. Just figure out a way to make up for that weekend before you don't do it. Don't do it and then say, well, I'm going to make up for it and catch up for it on Monday, because you won't. So plan a time in your weekend. Give yourself an hour and a half somewhere in the weekend where you get those friends added, you expand your network, you send out your invites, and you send out your Hey Girls. Follow-ups if you need to from the week. And then, posting. And it's important that you're sharing what you do on the weekend. So are you crazy busy with sports? Do you share how you take Shakeology? Do you share how you worked out at home, saving time so you can still do all your activities? Are you showing people that you don't take off the weekends on your nutrition? That this isn't a weekly diet, that you still drink your shakes on the weekend? I don't know why, but a lot of people are like, well, I'm just going to drink those Monday through Friday when I work. Hello, the weekend is when you need them the most, because you have all the temptations, all the extra time. The weekends are so crucial for your workouts, because if you put in that 30 minutes, you're going to make better choices the rest of the day. And this is the kind of stuff you share. I don't try to do a lot of call to action posts on the weekends because people are busy. So add value to their busy lives on the weekend. Focus on that. Think about it every day. What would you want to see on Facebook today? What would help you? What kind of things do you like to see? Is it motivational stuff? Is it recipes? Is it kid games? Is it crafts? Is it gardening stuff? What is it? And don't just share a bunch of, funny videos from like other pages. Every once in a while, it's okay to share something. I do too. But know that when you share someone else's video, if other people are sharing it too, they're not going to see your post with it. So try to keep it a 1 or 2 liner. Also, something that I do, guys, after every post I make, I go back, I reread it out loud, and I see how it cuts off. And I see if I need to edit it. So if it cuts off and there is nothing on, like in all the bottom of the post is nothing on the top or whatever, or like if it cuts off with like the last 2 lines and I could have like fixed some spaces and get it all together there, I kind of edit it and make it there because it cuts off the words. So like after I do it, I go look at what it looks like to other people. Is it enough? Is my point all in the bottom half of the post and there is nothing in the top? Does the picture go with the post? These kind of things. I know they seem elementary, but I check every post after I'm done. 1, read it out loud, me and my typos. I have to. 2, I make sure that it is aesthetically pleasing and that the words that I need to show are there. Please don't jump on the couch. Okay, so we have like 2.5 minutes left. I have my call with Angela at, any questions on the vital process?
What was step 3? I missed it.
Turn the challengers into coaches. So it was get challengers into your challenge group. Then it was get them results. Then it was turn them into coaches. And then it was helping your coaches have success, starting them off right. Okay. And this week, so Ange, I'm doing the why and goals today. Lucky to be alive and why and goals. And then tomorrow is Greg with the bod walkthrough. Thursday is Angela with the container walkthrough. Friday is Krista with the Shako recipes. Krista, I would like to share one of those Shako videos, at least the Isabel Deichler one. On why you should drink Shakeology every day, not just, because they were talking about bags building up on the counters. And that is very important in the challenge group because sometimes I think these women don't see the value in why they need to drink it every day. So I'd like to share that there too. And then Brandy is going to do some weekend tips for us. And then we can plan next week. And then you guys know we have the coach event on the 23rd, so you can start inviting to that. We're not going to do the 7-day Shako group because that totally, but we do need to figure out if we're going to do the healthy on a budget group or if you want to do the 5-day group with abs. April, I feel like we should run our own free groups. They get a little crazy with all the people and April has a really big team. So, we can start planning our healthy on a budget group for the 3rd. Next coach training starts on the 3rd. So even this is huge, knowing when the next coach training starts on a specific day. So I'm talking to this woman about coaching and I'm like, well, we have the coach event. And she's like, well, I've been thinking about it for 2 years, and this and that. And I was like, well, let's try to shake it first. No rush. I love it. I'm not worried about getting this person signed up as a coach for 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks to talk to her, to show her videos, to invite her to things, to, answer any questions and to get on the phone with her. So, I really like how the month is set up. The challenge groups, you're looking for challengers the first half of the month. Second half of the month, you're focusing on coaches. And so even if you only have 1 or 2